Hello guys, so I'm going to demonstrate how to set up a standing fan, and this is a 16-inch Nexus standing fan. And well, it comes with, of course, the different components. This is the blades, which I'll put on one side. This is the base. And then you have the motor. You have the installation setup. This is the control units and the actual motor, which I'll put on one side. And then you have the stand that will link the base and the motor and the oscillator system. And this last piece here basically is the cover for the blade, and also what shows you the brand. So I'll put this. So these are the basic four components. But I would, rather start with the base. I like to start from bottom up, and so you have these two rods, which so the first step, obviously what we are trying to do is this. So you're going to have the base, and then this telescoping pole that will link the main drive of the fan, and then the blade unit. So I prefer to start from bottom top. So this, you're going to exactly. So you're going to anchor them like that. So make sure these four screws form like a cross, like that, and then this forms your base. So that's okay. And then the next step is to bring up the pole. So this is the pole that comes. You have this pole and this knob here that's going to help you to adjust, to adjust it. So it's actually like a telescope. So pay attention. This comes out like that, like a telescope. So that's it's going to be important. And then you can see here you have 4 holes at the base of this pole that will neatly you connect to the 2 rods that form the base. So that's that. And of course, you should have, for any setup of a standing fan, it's very important to have a nice screwdriver here, which I'm going to now get these screws out. Okay, so basically you have to get them off. And then you remove this. So bring the 4 screws out first. Okay, so then you place this pole to align there with the holes here. So you have 4 holes here, and then here it's, so let me bring it closer so that you see. So you can see there are 4 holes, and then you are going to connect this to align with those 4 holes, and then you're going to screw this pole to the base. So let's go ahead. Okay, so I've got one. So you just put all the 4 screws. Make sure they are aligned properly. Putting the last one now. Okay, so I think this is fine. Great. So you have the pole has been connected to the base. So we are making progress. Then the next thing is this is an important step, because this is something that you can see here. It looks a bit ugly. I mean, you know, these screws are exposed. This doesn't look so tidy, but of course the company has done a good job by actually having a cover to cover the screws. But it's important that to note that this the cover to make the, you know, to cover the screws and to give aesthetic, you know, to make the fan look aesthetically, the base to have a nice aesthetic appearance. This cover is actually placed with it's not placed in the same nylon as the pole. So that's also something to keep in mind. So it actually comes with this other nylon that has this is for the blade, the cover of the blade. But so you keep this aside. But you get this from the nylon that has the cover of the blade. And this here you should put before you should, at this point you put this to cover the screws, and you can see it looks nice, looks better. The screws have been, you know, covered. Now it looks aesthetically much better aesthetically. Then the next step is to put this knob here. This is going to be like an adjuster for the pole. So you put it here and to cover that plastic, that white plastic, and then now you could take this up, and you can see like a telescope, and then you can actually now lock it. You know, this is what can help you to actually lock this so that it doesn't go back in. So you have, you know, your pole. So our pole is set up. So we're making progress. The next thing is to I think at this point, okay, let me expose this first. Though I think I prefer to move to the blade, but just so that we know that well, we could actually put this. No, I think I prefer to put this after the blade. Okay, so okay, so this is the fan body, you know, which is going to come here. But I'll prefer to do this after I've done the blade. So let's keep this aside, and then let us move to the blades now. So this is going to come here, and then, but I prefer to set up the blade now, and then mount towards the last thing to do is to mount the blade and the fan body on top of the pole. So these are the blades. And for this, the good way to start is to so you have two parts, and this is going to be the front, and this is going to be the where you can see this hole here, and the logo of the company will be, and then this is the back cover with the blade. So let us now set up okay, so we're going to this fan body and the back blade as the next step that I'm going to focus on. And then here, to make it more comfortable, we could come over to a table. Okay. Okay, so this has to come okay, so first of all, this fan body, you have this lever here. This has to go off. Remove this, and then this also, the knob, also remove this as a rubber. So take these two, you know, then you're going to connect the back blade to the fan body. So make sure they are aligned. Okay. And then this forms like a screw that is going to fix the fan body. So, and you have this loosen, tighten written on it, showing you the direction on how to turn. So tighten to tighten is anti-clockwise. You make an anti-clockwise movement. You go anti-clockwise. That tightens. Sorry, I made an error. It's actually to tighten is clockwise, not anti-clock. So you go actually clockwise movement to tighten it. So I think it's done. So you can see now the fan body. Okay, so the fan body has been attached. Okay, yeah, this is it. So firmly attached to the back cover of the blade, attached to the fan body. So wonderful. Next step is to the blade, to actually put the blade, to attach the blade to this rod coming from the fan body through the blade. So you put this, of course, for this rod coming from the fan body, I've actually removed the rubber, this black rubber. Very, very important step not to forget. This rubber should be removed. Then you fix the blade, and here the movement is okay. So you fix that. Okay, great. Then you're going to put this red cover on top of the blade that will cover this exposed metal rod. And here is important to note that this is anti-clock. The earlier one to fix the back cover to the fan body was clockwise, but this movement is actually to tighten is anti-clock. And it's actually written there, if you could, though it may not be visible, but the instruction is actually written on the plastic. Tighten this time is anti-clock movement. So you go anti-clock, wonderful. So this is the fan body. The fan blades have been attached, and the back cover, both have been attached to the fan body. So the next step is to put the front cover. Which I showed you earlier. This is the front cover with the logo missing. Actually, I think it would be a good idea to put the logo before putting the front cover and the back cover. It might be a good idea to actually put the logo in. So I'll move this away and show you how to attach the logo. So the logo, very important, comes with some screws taped to the back. So don't misplace this. This has some small screws that you're actually going to use to fix this cover, this brand cover on top of the front blade cover. So just carefully remove the tape, and then here you actually have how many screws? 3 screws and 4 screws. And then you have a bolt. One is going to be with a screw bolt kind of thing. Okay, so wonderful. So three of them are just typical. Use your star screwdriver screws, and then there's one that you're going to use your hand. This small one here, 3 with a star screwdriver, and one is a nut and bolt. So I'll show you, they are for different things. So let me keep this nut and bolt. This is actually going to be used for the front cover, the final step for the front cover. These 3 screws, on the other hand, are going to be used for to actually fix this cover for the brand. So how do we? So this. So this has 3 spots. You can see where the screws are going to go to, and then you just try to align in such a way that you're able to screw Okay, so there are 3 holes that corresponds to where the screws will be. So here, almost at like 120 degrees from each other, or if you are using a clock orientation, like at 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 8 o'clock positions. So there's my screwdriver. Okay, so with the screwdriver, tie the screws. Wonderful. So you just tie the 3 screws. Okay. Trying to get the last one in. Okay, so you can see the 3 screws there, and look at, looks cool, doesn't it? Yeah. So that's that. So the next step is to now connect. So you have this already connected earlier, the back side, the blade connected to the fan body. Now you're going to connect the front, which is called the front guard, and that's we're almost done. Now here one lies, you have 3 at 4 different points, like levers to just tighten the front and the back guard. But one small detail here, which may not be in other models, is there's a very tiny bolt, as I showed you earlier, bolt and nut. So you look for a hole here. I'll prefer to do that first. So where is that hole exactly? There's a small hole just around here. Yeah, so this hole here is and there's also a hole here. So there are two, the front guard and the back guard have a hole that you could use exactly. So but if one, well, I could have actually aligned this better, but just for demonstration, one could have actually looked for these holes first, because that gives you a better orientation for this, but no problem. So the hole is just here. So now we're going to fix the bolt. Yeah, fixing the bolt at this point. Very small, you may not be able to see it clearly, but it's there. Then okay, and then you have a bolt to put at the back. So then the next step is to fix the front guard and the back guard with this nut, with the bolts, and then you have this done. And then the last step is to mount the front. First of all, make sure this knob comes out very well. Okay, then fix this. So make sure it's firm. Then you connect the fan body. Okay, then I think we're almost done. And then the last thing to do is to connect this to power, and then you should have a functioning fan. Thank you. Okay, there's actually one last detail. This oscillator knob also comes in one of the nylons, so don't forget to also just fix it at the back here. This is what's going to direct your oscillation. So now we can test the fan, and you can see it's working perfectly, oscillating. And then you can stop the oscillation by just pulling up the oscillator knob at the back, and then that fixes the fan. So thank you for listening, guys.